Debbie from Sewing Vac. Today I'm going to show you 2 different techniques to make binding. The first technique I'm going to show you is using the Quilt Binding Foot by Husqvarna Viking that's used on the Viking sewing machines. I'm going to show you how to load your binding into the binding foot. The first thing you do, you are going to cut a diagonal on your 1 3/4 inch strip that you cut the width of the fabric, which is 42 inches long. So let's load it. So you weave it into the little wire. And make sure it stays nice and flat when you do it. I grab a pin, I'm going to load the point into the foot, and I just take my pin see how it's in there, and I just pull it through. There it is. Goes into here, and then there's a little clip here. You poke it into the clip. And there you go. I have it on a straight stitch. You can adjust this here to get the needle in the right position, or you can use your needle position. I'm ready to sew. The first 6 inches is garbage, but then next it makes a beautiful binding, and you end up with a piece like this. Now we're ready to put the mask and load it into our binding while we're sewing. I first marked my binding right where the mask is going to start sewing, in the inside part, because I can see it as it goes into the binding foot. So I'm going to start sewing. I wash the line, the little black line I have. There it is, right there. I load it into the there you go. Beautiful. This is the final product with the binding foot. I sewed all in one. Now it's time to make the binding in another way, the manual way. If you don't have a foot for your machine, we could do it this way. This is a tool called a Sasher, and it comes in different sizes for your binding needs. Now I'm going to make a 1/2 inch binding using the 1 inch binder Sasher. I cut my fabric 2 inches wide, double the size of the 1 inch. So then I loaded my strip into my binding Sasher. I put my iron down. I move my Sasher down. As I do that, I iron it. I just completed making the binding, folded the edges in using the Sasher. Now I'm going to fold my binding again and iron it. So I'll end up with a 1/2 inch binding. After using the Sasher to make my binding, now it's time to sew the binding to my mask. So I just centered my mask into my binding, folded into it, and then I'm going to go right to my sewing machine and sew it down. And then I can continue to sew all the way down to the end of my mask until I'm completely done. Thank you. Have a great day and stay safe.